body twist. So you're just trying to rotate side to side. You're wanting to make sure that you've got your arms and legs loosened up. I'll adjust my camera a little bit. And you don't need your bands yet. So that's good news, right? I think so. So as you're twisting, make sure you're moving your toe, right? Try to keep your arms nice and loose. Don't feel like you have to force the twist. You're just starting to feel good, right? It's like you just woke up, you're like, ah, ah, right? That's what I do. First thing I get up. No, not really. First thing I get up, I'm like, oh my gosh, how's it time to get up already? So you're gonna go one more to each side, and then you're gonna do forward arm circles, right? So I like to do a little bit of smaller circles. You can go bigger, just kind of whatever feels good to you, right? Ah, yeah, gotta get those arms ready. Right, we used them a little bit with those bands yesterday. Better get them ready to go today. And then you're gonna reverse. It's gonna be legs and arms torture today. We call this Fire Friday, right? Because we're gonna burn you up. And you're gonna do openers, so hands come together, you'll come wide and squeeze. So kind of like if you're doing a chest fly type motion, make sure your sternum comes forward, right? We wanna wake up those posture muscles, right? Posture is a little bit important. That's what I've heard, right? You don't wanna be slouchy. People are gonna look at you and be like, oh my gosh, you're so tall. And they'll say, yeah, I do Pilates, so I have really good posture. And they'll be standing next to you like this. You'll say, oh, I don't have that problem. You got 2 more. Then we're gonna keep our arms down and you're just gonna do kind of a slow high knee march here. So your goal is to just get your knees up to your waistline, right? So you're going side to side, right? It doesn't have to be fast. If you like moving your arms with the motion, you can too, it's up to you. I like to just hold mine at my waist and make my quad touch my leg. But if you're an arm pumper, go for it. Arm pumper, that's a thing. I'm an arm pumper, right? All the time I have people in class who they got to move their arms all the time. And I'm like, whatever makes you happy. So in 10 seconds, we are going to actually add our arms. And you have to do it how I say. Right? So you're going to go opposite. You're going to go opposite elbow, opposite knee. So you're kind of getting that cross body crunch. You're warming up your core, right? It's super exciting. I know, right? And you don't have to touch your elbow to your knee. Just as long as they're going in that opposite direction, that's all you have to focus on. And I wore a bright shirt today, so I stick up off the wall, right? If I wore a white shirt, you'd be like, whoa, where is she? Right? I don't know. So we got about 10 more seconds. And then we're gonna do some arm and leg movement again, but it's gonna be same sides. What? So one more each side. And now you're gonna start with your arms up. You're gonna do an oblique type march, kind of like a spider climb, or like a wall climb. You're climbing up a wall, like Spider-Man. There you are. Ever wonder why they call them Spider-Mans? This is it. So you don't have to touch your elbow to your knee. Just getting your legs up as high as you feel you can. It doesn't even have to be that high, right? You can do smaller motions, right? Whatever feels good to you. As long as you're still marching your legs, that's really all that matters. We got 15 seconds. Then we're gonna rest our legs, focus on our arms, right? So we'll go about 5 more. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're gonna get our rotator cuff muscles warmed up here. You're gonna have your elbows glued into your stomach, palms are up, and you're just gonna come wide and back, right? So your goal is to have no space between your arms and your body, right? We don't want any windows. Keep those windows closed. Okay, so it's a smaller movement, right? You might not have much flexibility here. That's okay. That's why we have to warm up your rotator cuffs, right? Those muscles are important. I promise you. Right, so just keeping those elbows squeezed in, palms are up. We've got about 5 more. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we got our second move. You got your touch star arms, your forearms come up and down. So try to keep those elbows even with your shoulders, right? Because we want to make sure that you're holding that posture. Oh goodness, posture. It's all about it today, right? That's a good thing though. You want to practice posture, right? You're going to get in your car later today and have to fix your mirror because you've been working on your posture so much. You're going to be like, I was a sloucher. So 2 more here. And you're going to bring your arms out straight to the side. You got a thumbs up. We got monkey flies. So small little motions, up and down, right? So it's not circles, it's just up and down. It's like if you're giving me a thumbs up, like, hey, Mary, you're so awesome. Here's a thumbs up to you, right? That's what I take it as. So as you're doing that, try to think of squeezing those shoulder blades. So when your arms are out to the side, your shoulder blades should naturally want to already squeeze. So you should be burning there. This is also going to burn up your arms too. So now you're going to turn your thumb to the side, right? So your thumbs are facing me. And you're still just bouncing up and down. Bouncy, bouncy, bouncy. So if you're looking for something fun to do later today, this would be it, right? You could do monkey flies all day long. Now you're going thumbs down, right? Thumbs down, right? Oof, that's burning. My shoulders are a little sore today, I think. Right? Doesn't take much. We don't even have weights in our hand and our arms are already burning. What's happening? Got 10 seconds. Got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna relax. Woo-hoo. And we're gonna practice our hip hinges here. Okay, so hip hinge is not a squat. You're gonna start up nice and tall. You're gonna bend at your waist, your hips will go straight back. You're gonna kind of reach so your pinkies go to like your knee or your shin. You'll come all the way back up, squeeze those glutes. So the more you press your hips back, the better your form, right? Act like you're moving someone behind you, right? And come back up. It helps with your form, right? So looking slightly straight ahead will help keep that back straight, right? It's pretty much like you're picking up something off the floor and then coming back up. This is how everybody picks stuff up off the floor, right? You engage your core and your glutes, not your back. And it's just nice and controlled. So as you go down, you should feel right through the backs of those legs. You should feel those hamstrings say hello, right? That's what they say to you, okay? We're gonna do about 5 more, and then we're gonna get started. There's 1, right? Here is 2, here's 3. My hamstrings are a little tight today. Here's 4. I think we got 1 more. I can't count very well on Fridays. All right, and then you're gonna relax. Okay, so for today's workout, our weights are gonna be in our hands the whole time. And then you have the choice of the band. I'm gonna be using a mini loop. So if you have the mini loop, it's gonna go around your ankles. If you have the long loop, this is how you turn it into a mini loop. You'll have your feet together. You'll wrap the band around your legs tightly, and then you would just tie it into a knot, right? So it just needs to be around your shins, your ankles, right? Wherever you're comfortable with that band being, okay? And then you're gonna grab your set of dumbbells. So what you're gonna do here, you have 2 options. So option number 1 is you'll step to the side, you'll come back and curl, step to the side, curl. If you wanna make it a little bit harder, you would step, squat and curl, come back and come up, right? So step, squat and curl, and back. If you don't wanna squat, don't squat, you'll just step and curl, right? Step and curl. Okay, so you're going either motion there, whatever feels good to you. If you're squatting, make sure you're keeping the weight back in those heels, right? You're taking your time, going side to side, right? And you're breathing. And remember, if you don't want to do the squat, you don't have to, right? You have 2 variations you can do here. You could even do a combination of both, okay? So maybe you think like, hey, I can throw a squat in there every now and again. Go for it. Right, and remember, you don't have to squat so low that your butt hits the floor or anything. I can't squat that low. I know that for sure. Okay, so taking your time, going side to side, okay? We got about 15 seconds, then we go to our next move. Oh yeah, I know, it's fun, right? So we're gonna go 1 more to each side. Here's 1, right? Here's our other side, 2, and relax. So 1 weight's gonna get set down. We're gonna use our right arm and our left leg. So you're gonna do an overhead press. So you'll have your right arm right by your shoulder. As you press up, your left leg is gonna kick wide, right? So you're gonna kick and press, okay? So the hard part of this is controlling that leg as it comes down, right? Because your leg's gonna wanna fly down because the resistance is gonna be like, whew, this is too hard, okay? You have 15 seconds until we switch sides, right? We did this move yesterday, if you did yesterday's, but now we have weights with it. 10 seconds. You're almost there. Trying to stay tall, centered in your core. One more. Then we switch right into it. Left arm presses, right leg kicks, right? Press and kick. If you don't know what to do with your other arm, you can have it out to the side, you can have it on your waist, whatever you like, right? Trying to look at what our next move is. I already forget. I'm losing it. Got about 5 seconds here, right? So let's do 2 more. There's 1 and 2. Okay, so your next one you're gonna do, you're gonna have one weight still. So on this, you're gonna go left arm, right leg, and you're gonna start with your right leg somewhat back. Actually, your left leg is back, right? So left arm, left leg. So your right leg is forward, you're gonna row. As you row, your left leg is gonna kick back, right? So you're rowing and kicking. If you need something to help you balance, use a wall, use a chair, whatever's near you, right? So you're gonna row and kick back. So try to slightly lean forward. You wanna point your toe on that left leg, right? And you're gonna row and kick. Row and kick, okay? We have 15 seconds until we go to the right side. Control that band, right? My legs are getting sweaty, so my band's sliding. Okay, we got 3 more. Here's 1, here's 2, here's 3. So now we're switching. You've got right and right. Your right leg's back, right leg's round, right? Oh, feels so good to switch sides. Okay, nice and controlled. Remember, you can use something to help you balance, right? Try to keep your right leg as straight as possible. Okay, so you're rowing and kicking. And it doesn't have to be a huge kick, right? It can be small. Do what you feel like you can. Okay, you got 15 seconds. You're almost there. You're gonna do about 3 more here. Here's 1, here's 2, here's 3. Okay, next move we got is you're gonna actually have your band around your wrist. Okay, so what you're gonna do, you're gonna take your band, it's gonna be around your wrists, right? And you're gonna have either 1 or 2 dumbbells, right? So you can take the band off your wrist or wrist, legs, and then throw it on. Okay, so here you are. So kind of like forearms to wrist. Okay, so you're gonna have your weight in each hand, right? So what you're gonna do, since you have the band on your wrist, you're gonna add to it, and then we're gonna do a tricep motion. So you're actually gonna have your arms up, you're gonna pull wide, you'll do a tricep, come back, and come down. If that feels like too much, you can do one weight, right? And you'll still go wide, up and down, and in. Okay, go for it. I started my time. So remember, you'll go wide, right? You'll do your tricep, you'll come up, come down, right? Add that resistance into that band, right? Every single time. Okay, you're doing a great job, right? It's harder than it looks. But the band, you only have to have it so it's like shoulder width apart. Don't feel like you have to do anything crazy. It's just gonna engage your shoulders a little bit more, okay? All right, and I'm using 2 weights, and I'm about to go to 1, so I don't smash my face. How about that? Okay, you're doing a great job here. Right, we got about 15 seconds left. So really trying to hold that resistance in that band as much as you can. Right, and the wider it is, obviously the harder it gets. So let's do about 3 more. There's 1, right? Here's 2, then you got 1 more. Here is 3. So keeping that band on your forearms or wrists, we're gonna do a rowing motion now, okay? So if you got your hands behind handcuffed while you're working out. So you're in your hip hinge, you're gonna pull your arms apart, and then you're gonna row, right? So it's gonna be a smaller row than usual, maybe, right? It's gonna feel a little awkward, that's okay. You wanna keep that band about shoulder width apart. So it's gonna work those shoulders a heck of a lot more. Okay, nice and controlled, rowing side to side, right? You can even do, if you want, you could go both if you like both more, right? So as long as you're holding that resistance, you can do both. You can do alternating, whatever feels better to you, okay? We got about 5 more here. Here's 1, here's 2, here's 3, here's 4, here's 5. Okay, so now you're gonna set your weights down. We're gonna put our band back on our ankles. We're gonna repeat that whole fun circuit. Yes. Okay, so band's going right back around your ankles or shins. Okay, and we're gonna do that side step squat with your bicep curl. Right, so this is either where you're stepping and you're curling and going side to side, or you add in that squat. Okay, got a minute like that. Let me get my watch ready. It froze. Okay, ready? And go. So you're either stepping and curling and going side to side like that, right? Or you're gonna step, right, add in that squat and come back. So do whichever one feels better to you, right? Don't feel like you have to squat, but remember you can throw in a squat anytime you want in there, right? You can mix it up for fun, okay? So try to keep that band tight that whole time. Even when your leg comes in, don't let it come in so much that that band falls off, right? So we step, we curl, right? We step, we curl. Okay, we got 10 seconds, nice and controlled. We're gonna go 1 more to each side. Here's 1, coming back. Here's 2, and relaxing. Then you got 1 weight down. We got right arm pressing, left arm kicking, right? So we're kicking and pressing, kicking and pressing. Ready? And go. So on this, if your weight felt too heavy, you don't have to use a weight, right? Same goes with the band. If you want to do it without the band, you can, right? So nice and controlled, stretching that band as much as you can, okay? 15 seconds. Woo, these weights are getting heavy. I'm gonna need to invest in some lighter weights. Got 3 more. 1, here's 2, here's 3. Okay, left arm, right leg, ready, and go. Right, so you're kicking and pressing. Try to control that leg as it comes down, right? Lots of balance in this movement. So if you feel wobbly, you can have a wall or a chair to hang on to. Right, you're doing a great job. 15 seconds. Keep on breathing. Right, you can't not breathe on this. 10 seconds. Go ahead, you're gonna do 3 more. Here's 1. Here's 2. Here's 3. All right, so now we got our row with our hamstring lift. So left leg stays forward. You're gonna have your right leg back. Right arm is down. You're rowing and kicking. Row and kick, right? So try to keep your right leg as straight as you can. You want to point your toe so you have to slightly lean into that left leg, right? And remember, if you want to use a wall or a chair to help you balance, you can. You just want to go on a range of motion that feels good to you, okay? You got 15 seconds, nice and controlled, right? Your left glute is catching on fire because it has to hold you. 10 seconds, and we'll go 3 more. Here's 1, here's 2, here is 3. Okay, we got left arm, left leg. Ready? And row and kick, right? So you gotta lean onto that right leg, let it stabilize you so you can lift your left leg up, right? So you have to use a lot of glute work in this to hold this position. You're kind of almost in a hip hinge, right? And the good news is we don't have to repeat this 3 times. I don't want to do that. Okay, we got 10 seconds here. You're doing a great job, right? We're going to do 3 more. 1, here's 2, here's 3. Okay, taking that band off our ankles. It's going around the wrist. If you don't like it on your wrist, you don't have to. It's up to you, okay? So our first one is our triceps, right? I like to have my band up a little bit higher, but that could just be me, okay? So on this, you're gonna hold that resistance as much as you can, right? We'll come down over your head, up, back, right? Up, overhead, back, and in. So you could use 2 dumbbells if you want to, right? It's up to you. So if you had 2, it's looking the same, right? It's a little bit harder. Do what you feel like you can. Okay? I'll go for 2 just for a little bit. We'll see. If you hear me cry, you'll know why. Okay, we got 15 seconds. Right? Holding on to that resistance. Remember, if the resistance band doesn't feel good, you don't have to use it. Right? It's going to move a little bit more. That's okay. Let's do 3 more. Here's 1. Right? Coming all the way back down. Here's 2. Coming back. Here's 3. Coming back. Okay. Last move of the day. We're going to do our rows, but both arms are going to move together. So start with your arms as wide as you can, and you're going to pull up and down. So you're in that hip hinge, right? Elbows are locked in tight. If you want to have the band on your wrist, you can. Try to find that comfortable spot. I'm sweating, so my band is rolling all over. Okay? So if you feel like your band is rolling around, mine is too. Okay? Hold that resistance. Both arms coming up together and back. Up together and back. Okay? Keep your hips pressed back. Your core is tight. You're still breathing, of course. Right? And we're almost there. Okay, you're doing a great job. Keep on rolling. You got 15 seconds to go. Hold those weights apart and keep going. Okay, we'll go 5 more. Here's 1. Here's 2. Here's 3. Here's 4. Here's 5. And you can relax. You can take your band off. That's all. Just like that. Short and sweet Fridays.